Welcome back, everybody, from the break. Whoop. I think Ember might have pressed the wrong button incidentally. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, from the break. Break went longer than expected. You may have noticed the stream disconnected for a minute there because the computer decided to crash. Because the electrical in this house is a little outdated, and so that'll happen on occasion.
So what I was going to say is I like the idea of the storm clerics following us, because then we will at least have good seeds.
That's also a thought. Yeah, let's do that. Megan had a good idea there.
Yeah.
Let's see if they'll go with us.
Fair enough.
But first, we'll talk to the frost giants to make sure, just to seal the deal there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh.
All right. In which case, then, let me just write this down. At least as far as the intention. Fildo's Scream is going to be main vessel.
It's gonna be what's it called?
The Fildo's Scream.
FILDO''S Scream.
Yep. What that's in reference to, you have no fucking clue.
I bet I could Google it.
True.
Like, I was the last guy.
All right.
That's hilarious.
That's what I get for leaving them.
Trailed by the Osprey. That's the intention. To be perfectly clear, what may be listed on a Google search in reference to a particular recreational object, it is not what it is referencing in the name of that ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you're right. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had 12 headshot kills, sniper kills in a row. How was that? My brother was like, "Hey, maybe for it." And then one guy got me. I was the last guy.
I will say, it is, incidentally, it is a, as I'm now realizing, particularly unfortunate name. In reference to another character. Somebody got bullied in high school, my goodness.
Read all this. You want to let those to the girl right now?
It's just 2 letters away. Just 2 letters away. D-E-F.
All right, then I got to go ahead and adjust my music balance because right now it got adjusted upward too high. There we go. You know what? I'll justify that because that was on a random ship name generator, and apparently it came out with that. We'll say that some of the paint on the actual naming on the side of the ship is slightly rubbed off, and also common may not be the first language of these giants. They're giants after all.
One, two.
Okay, so I'm just writing down some necessary information here.
Ow.
First of all, Shigra is the quartermaster. So
Right back. Let me
Huh?
using my chip.
What are we on? Sorry.
I'm getting some necessary information down for you guys
Okay.
for when you get this. All right, and then my notes are escaping me. What was the name of the giant that ended up fighting you in the fighting pits, Minister? Looking back to find it, I'm having issues.
Vinestra said, I don't remember.
Well, I'm usually happy really quickly retconning a name into something else entirely. I think I might have sent it in Discord here little ways and while ago. Let me take a gander. Okay, incidentally, it was not sent in there. You might have also been referred to only by title during that fight.
Break, especially with.
Okay. In which case, then, from here on out, his canon name is Osdom. But we'll get to that. We'll assume he was referred to by title, in which case you guys will learn his name here in a minute. All right. No, Lee. And then let me go ahead and just get the main, well, role names of the. Yeah. Sorry about this. Just who basically got a pile of NPCs generated for them also was basically dependent on which ship you chose. And you chose 2 ships. So give me a sec.
You had to make a new one.
Yeah.
Or combine the two.
Okay. In either ship, there are at least 5 major named NPCs, and the rest are generic crew that I'll name if you make me. Now, that covers those bases. So, that soundtrack is a little intense for what we need, so that'll work. Okay. So, by and large, through some discussion between each other as members, you all feel the most confident and the most comfortable shacking up in the Fildo's screen, whether it was named appropriately or not, given that common is not exactly the giant's main and foremost tongue, doesn't matter. But you feel most confident in a safe journey with the giants, and apparently at least comfortable enough getting shacked up in what has been effectively referred to as Shagra's dollhouse for your lodging. So, Given that, and they need to wait until dusk, of course, to go ahead and set off for sail. Though you have agreed to trade with them an older bronze statue, I believe, or brass statue, whichever it happened to be, as well as have intentions for getting them to sail for some others later on. But that will be something addressed later. You have until dusk, until they set sail, so you have time to peruse around town to get supplies, anything else you may need in the meantime. So what would you all like to do?
Piper's gonna go check on her patient.
I'll follow because I don't have anything else to do.
All right.
I mean, wait. What's the plan when we get there? Are we fighting them on our destination? Fighting the fire hag?
Only if they are in the mood. Because remember, they're temperamental.
Right.
Yeah. Based on the temperament of the fire hag, it'll determine whether or not you fight them or have a chance at
But the
persuading
fire
them.
hag is there. That is where the potential conflict would be.
Yes.
Probably,
Okay,
yes.
so instead of following Piper, I'm gonna go ahead and mount the forged what's it called? The Gildium armor.
Okay. In which case, then, until dusk, you have ample time to do so. All the more ample time if you choose to do so within Venestra's pocket dimension. So, with that in mind, you guys have the option to go ahead and peruse around for alchemy shops, blacksmiths, food and supplies, adventuring gear, things that might be suitable for seafaring for a time, because this will be a venture of at least a few days, given that the Tolgolan Islands are by and large considered a major continental structure, and you are going from effectively the northernmost end of a continent to the southernmost by sea.
Yes. Also, we gotta wait for Megan to get back because Violet and Piper got a barter for the amber encased madmen.
Fair enough. In which case, then we'll say, aside from the bartering, is there anything that Piper would like to peruse for, and anything in particular that any of you would like to, for that matter? Y'all can choose to go together with some things, or outside of that, you can discuss that with each other as well as in character for what you might want to or might need for this journey ahead and this extended period of time away from home, as teleporting back and forth between a moving vessel may not necessarily be a viable
Option.
choice. Yeah.
Yes, great.
So, how much ample time do I have after mounting it in the time dimension, in the pocket dimension?
In the pocket dimension, a day in the real world is a year inside of there. So, realistically spend a lot of careful time, maybe at most a week, making absolutely sure everything is clean. It's a few minutes out in the real.
Okay, cool. So it's basically no time. And after I do that, is there any place in town where they might sell some similar dimension? Because and I know I don't necessarily have to feel bad for using Venestra's, but it would be nice to have my own pocket dimension for this kind of thing.
So the closest thing you might be able to find, and this is without even necessarily asking around, would be maybe a scroll of demiplane, for example, which would be a significantly smaller scale. It would also not have time dilation. What Venestra has access to is by and large considered, for all intents and purposes, effectively Venestra's, vestige. It is an insanely powerful magical item.
Got it.
Technically, Venestra's vestige is, I believe, the rune wings that Venestra bears, but all the same, still, this pocket dimension that Venestra has access to,
It's
not
a
a common
item for her.
Yeah.
It's not something we can obtain.
Unique, and anything remotely close to it, likely insanely rare, if not, of legendary status.
Okay, that's fine. Is there a way I could link to that dimension? Carry around some artifact that, instead of having to seek out Venestra every time? Or can she make a key or something?
That would be a conversation with Venestra as far as possibilities, and then some rules therein to see if it's even viable.
Venestra, I really appreciate you letting me use your dimension with its all its fancy time dilation and facilities. But I don't want you to think I'm ungrateful, but it would be nice if I could get in there without having to seek you out every time. Are you willing and or able to create some sort of artifact that can grant me access at will?
Vinestra said, willing, sure able to. Not sure would need to see if such is possible.
See if it's possible.
In which case, seeing if it's possible, Venestra, I'd say roll me probably an Arcana check. Now, a high roll doesn't necessarily make it possible. This will just be what you roll will dictate how much information you have as far as how your pocket dimension operates in terms of trying to influence it with external magics.
Are you proficient with Arcana? I imagine you're not proficient. You're actually expertise.
We're gonna use Arcana? Or maybe.
Because if you're proficient, I can use skill and power.
Nat 20 and Amira is the one doing the roll.
Okay, right, yeah.
Okay. So with that, I'd say, particularly in having access to this item for as long as you have, you and Amir both have kind of gone through the in and outs for what is possible with this thing in terms of accessing it. And as far as you've understood, even just doing what you can to analyze the runes and understand it fully, it does not have a means of being remotely accessed and remotely entered, which part of that is also sort of the inherent sort of security and intended private nature of the space based on whoever it was that originally constructed the thing. It was meant very much to be a private and secure sanctum. And so there are no magical means provided on the object itself to violate that point of singular access. And you've, I would say, at that point, probably, especially in learning about it, probably experimented to see if it took to adding additional runes to it, to which it seems not only resistant to the prospect, but actively almost... It actively defends itself against the addition of new runes.
Got it. So I'll just have to, I'll have to settle with either seeking out Venestra or not having time dilation, is what I'm hearing.
Right.
Okay.
There may be other means of providing it, like, making friends with an archfey.
Yeah. I still think I'll grab a pocket dimension, that way, especially as I level up with Artificer, I might be able to modify it in some way.
Yep.
Modifying a more common pocket dimension's gotta be easier than modifying...
Vinestra said, or a rod of security.
Yeah. The Rod of Security does provide a similar magical benefit to the ring, if to a far, far lesser extent. And that would be a magical item that you do know about. That said, you would be particularly hard-pressed to find one.
Security. Rod instantly transports you and up to a number of other willing creatures. You can see to a paradise in an extraplanar space.
It's the perfect beach day item. When, despite being in a frozen landscape, you just want that beach day episode.
Particularly useful for a hell campaign. Man, I sure could trade this blistering brimstone for a bit of humidity.
And
No,
swim
no,
where?
that's not what I'm looking for.
It too.
But I peruse for more standard pocket dimension options.
Okay, yeah. To which you do find scrolls of demiplane for sale, for example, and at least demiplane in the way it operates, once you cast it, should you cast the spell again, you can choose to venture back to a previously created demiplane. So at least to an extent, you basically do have a workshop in your pocket.
Nice.
Although demiplanes are naturally limited in what size they can be, usually it's like a 30 by 30 by 30 space. Still, you can do a decent bit with that kind of square footage. It's decently sized room.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So long as it's tall and wide enough to house Aegis and all my tools, that's plenty.
Yeah, I believe it's 30 by 30. It might be larger. I know that technically a bag of holding is larger than that.
It says an empty room 30 feet in each dimension.
Okay, yeah, so I'm correct. Whereas a bag of holding is only 500 square feet, I believe, or 500 cubed feet. So I think actually a demiplane is larger than a bag of holding. But either way.
I also have to be very careful because apparently if I stay in there for the duration and don't leave, I'll be trapped in there forever.
Not necessarily. So I believe it just spits you back out. Let me see here.
It says when the spell ends, the door disappears and any creatures or
Vinistra
objects
said,
inside the
Magnificent
remain
Mansion
trapped
is also a fun one.
Yeah, Magnificent
as
Mansion
the
is
door
also a thing.
disappears from the other side.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you could also, I believe, cast it again to get yourself out, technically.
Cool. And the duration is 1 hour. Yeah, so it would just take 2 casts to do most things.
Yeah.
What realistically, what kind of project are you gonna do in an hour?
It could be a number of things. But also it could be a means
Also,
of
Vi's just going to go looking for any magic items, as well as tourist, culture items.
Yeah. Which is to say, just
And
as
that might
well.
be something else I could upgrade to later.
Yeah.
It's the duration.
Yeah, and this is to say, of course, with a demiplane, it's an hour, which means basically you pop into a pocket dimension long enough for a short rest, and unabated by any hostile forces within its boundaries. That's one of the main intentions of that spell. But of course, being able to freely revisit, you could fill out that space with other things over time to have things to access for that short rest while you're in there. But let's see here. As far as Vinestra is looking for magic items as well as culturally significant items, out here in Lilu, there are no shortage of coastally based items as well as things like that. A lot of... Why are the names for these things just completely fucking escaping me? My brain is turning off, and it's turning off hard. Although, as far as magic items and trade, I mean, this is a trade town and a trade city, for the most part, and it's also one very much kind of very heavily based around the sort of fighting pits that are kind of around its center. So there's a lot of like generic +1 weapons and things like that, as well as sort of +1 suits of armor and that sort of thing. A lot of kind of basic starting gear in that regard. That said, looking around for more sort of special things, I'll say go ahead and give me an investigation check, Venestra, to go ahead and see what you can find being sold either by sort of incoming ships or outgoing shops.
Vinestra said, 38.
Okay, 38. Fantastic. All right. While there's a bunch of common shit all around, I'd say the absolutely like notable and notably useful things that you do manage to find, given that funds are kind of a non-issue at this stage, you do manage to find a scroll of mass cure wounds, which would be particularly useful if you guys start taking significant damage. You find a scroll of dawn. You find a ring of animal influence. A frostbrand scimitar. And you do find a few other sort of lesser scrolls as well. Which I will go ahead and post in general here. Yeah, not much that's horribly incredible, at least at large disposal right now. As especially with kind of the rotating commerce, you're not really finding a whole lot of much. That said, let me go ahead and see here. With that roll, I will also allow you to kind of peruse among the people that have already bought shit that plan to keep shit. Just because that roll does allow you to keep kind of a keen eye on that thing. So, speak of the devil. One particularly well-dressed individual, mostly dressed in sort of royal purples and royal blues, is making his way off with a sort of silvery-toned, very, very well-dressed scroll, particularly proud of himself. Usually scrolls that are in this kind of paper mean that they are something particularly potent and particularly powerful.
I don't want him to think that I'm threatening to like steal his prize or something.
I mean, this was Venestra.
Out of curiosity, I want to walk up to him and see what he's got, see if I can buy it off of him.
I mean, that was Venestra that made that roll, so it'll be up to Venestra if they want to approach.
Got it.
Notably, this person
Vinestra said,
looks...
Amira is very much going to approach to query what the scroll is.
Huh, fair enough. Okay. The individual looks down, still kind of like... very, very much kind of the attire of a tourist and a wizard kind of alike, but looks down with this sort of pencilly thin mustache that stretches a little farther than it should, which means it takes a lot of care, probably, to keep it up right. Well, you want to know what I have in this scroll, little thing? What species are you? You appear to be sort of a dragon thing. Not really sure, but either way. I've been looking to have a more stable living space, as it were, for a time, and I have, well, wide aspirations for a great deal of square footage in which to spread my legs. It's taken me a good bit of time to find a scroll for a particular abode of such a variety. I have every intention to copy this into my book for later. Took quite a bit of money to acquire it. And that is to say, of course, no offense, I doubt you have the ivory necessary to cast the spell.
Vinestra said, That's so, and where did you find such? And would you be willing to allow another to copy it, Tilda?
Willing to allow another to copy it? And what assurance might I have that you wouldn't simply abscond with my prize?
I mean, you can always copy it in front of him.
You have our sincerest word and promises.
A sincere word and promise coming from a changeling don't make me laugh, let alone scoff. Yes, I know what you are. It's your species' very nature to deceive. Very few of you ever know what true face you even have.
What is with the puppy dog face, Brick?
It's the face I'm making to him.
Not only did he proc what you were, but he's being racist about it.
Too bad I'm fucking back at the infirmary!
You're already tending to somebody's injuries. You're in no position to make more.
I wanted to make some injuries, but I can't!
You know what? Laws be damned at our level. I'm gonna try the intimidation tactics. That could easily escalate into physical tactics. I'm gonna use eye bite.
It's a spell name. He's not literally biting the dude's eye.
No, nope. For the spell's duration, your eyes become an inky void imbued with dread power. One creature of your choice within 60 feet that you can see must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be affected by one of the following effects of your choice for the duration. Those effects are asleep, panicked, thickened.
Which of the three do you want to afflict him with, assuming he fails the save?
Asleep.
He
Okay.
just needs to take a nap.
And he needs to meet or beat a DC of what?
Save DC, which is 22.
Cocked. That is a
It doesn't
20.
Ah!
As he gets confronted with I know how that one works. And he just slumps over, still standing. seemingly well practiced and well braced for that kind of magical influence. And you know he should have fallen over by now, but you can see tracing of runes along his boots that seemingly keep him standing upright, even in this unconscious state.
Credit where credit's due, that's impressive. As I say, as I yoink the scroll.
Now, I will say, a condition of waking somebody from the sleep condition does involve jostling them, so I need you to make a sleight of hand check to pull that scroll from his grip without jostling him in the process.
Would it falling asleep make your grip loosen?
It depends on the degree of greedy bastard.
Vinestra said, death grip.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm gonna use one inspiration. What is my sleight of hand? It is...
I'm notorious for when falling asleep gripping objects him holding.
using 2 inspiration. No, this is 3rd inspiration. 4th inspiration. Fine, I'll take it. 16 plus 9 is a 25 sleight of hand. Get it?
Yeah, that's plenty.
Alright.
You slip it out of his grip. There is some resistance to it, where it finally snaps out of his grip, and you're worried that the force of that, as it does pull him forward slightly, will wake him. But he seems to only rock back and continue being out. Now, how long is that spell duration?
That spell duration, I believe... Let me double check. Duration up to 1 minute, so you gotta
book it.
Wait, so are we stealing from him, or are we actually going to bring the scroll back?
No, we're stealing.
Or at least Avery's.
He was a prick. We're stealing it.
He was being a racist prick. You are right.
Which actually most of the powers that be in this place don't stand for, so they might let this one slide.
But either way, we get...
So is this just Vinestra running after Avery? Like, Avery, what you doing?
We gotta go. This is only gonna last 1 minute. You a present?
Just waiting for the Vinestra.
Which is to say, I'm going to roll a percentile, given that there is a heavy guard presence in this place, given what they are, to go ahead and see, first of all, whether they saw it and whether they give a shit.
Especially if they heard the racism.
Vinestra said, Amira's going to float over to Avery. Hand it over. V is going to sigh, picking up Avery as she bolts, going incredibly fast.
It's like that cartoon with the legs still going underneath.
Yeah, kind of. And with a 36, that just barely meets the percentile of them seeing it and not giving a flying fuck.
They heard the racism bit. We're like,
yeah. Matter of fact, one wanders over. You think in your direction, but just past you and grabbing this unsleep idiot's wrists and very quickly slapping iron shackles on them.
Nah.
If you're going to be a public nuisance, you can be a public nuisance in a gold box.
We don't like racism here, apparently.
Particularly given recent concessions around helping changelings.
Oh, right. You're right.
So whether or not there are in the greater scale lawful legitimacy at imprisoning this fucker, it's also, at least in light of not wanting to spread the wrong idea. Which is a touchy subject in and of itself, but hey, These guys are going to do what they're going to do.
Vinestra said, Amira's gonna get to reading the scroll.
All right.
Assuming Avery did hand it over.
Absolutely.
I mean, I got it for her, so yeah. You didn't even have to like really chase me. The only reason I was running is so that the fucking dude didn't attack us when he woke up in a minute.
Yeah. And I'll say, reading the scroll, you got enough in terms of context clues, even down to material component, to not really need to roll to know what this is. This is a scroll of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. Which is to say, you conjure an extra-dimensional dwelling in range that lasts for the duration being 24 hours. You choose where its one entrance is located. The entrance shimmers faintly and is 5 feet wide and 10 feet tall. You and any creature you designate when you cast this spell can enter the extra-dimensional dwelling as long as the portal remains open. You can open or close the portal if you are within 30 feet of it. While closed, the portal is invisible. Beyond the portal is a magnificent foyer with numerous chambers beyond. The atmosphere is clean, fresh, and warm. You can create any floor plan you like, but the space can't exceed 50 cubes, each cube being 10 feet on each side. In other words, 500 cubic feet. The place is furnished and decorated as you choose. It contains sufficient food to serve a 9-course banquet for up to 100 people. A staff of 100 near-transparent servant attends all who enter. You decide the visual appearance of these servants and their attire. They are completely obedient to you and your orders. Each servant can perform any task a normal human servant could, but they can't attack or take any action that would directly harm another creature. Thus, the servants can fetch things, clean, mend, fold clothes, light fires, serve food, pour wine, and so on. The servants can go anywhere in the mansion, but can't leave it. Furnishings and other objects created by this spell dissipate into smoke if removed from the mansion. When the spell ends, any creatures or objects left in the extra-dimensional space are expelled into the open spaces nearest to the entrance.
That would be really, really cool if it was a little more persistent. Like if it had an infinite duration.
Which is to say, there are verbal and somatic components to this spell. To cast it, there are also material components. The material components are, of course, a miniature portal carved from ivory, a small piece of polished marble, and a tiny silver spoon. Each at least worth 5 gold pieces.
Vinestra said, so crit rolls party palace that Sam has.
Basically, yes.
I feel like Amira can also adjust the scroll to where it can imbue an object and it's permanent just as long as you open it with your object. I feel like that's not far for her to be able to figure out.
Enchanting an object with a persistent effect
That was the plan.
Yeah. Enchanting an object with a persistent effect is possible. The higher the level of the spell that you are intending to cast for the effect, the more difficult that process will be to enchant. As such, Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion is a 7th level spell.
It might be beyond my artificial ability. But it would be an excellent learning experience to watch a more practiced artificer do.
Which is to say, let me look at the enchantment guide real quick. Because that specifically has rules for imbuing objects with spell effects.
And this was whose magnificent mansion?
Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion. That would be in reference to The one who originally created the spell, an archwizard named Mordenkainen from the Forgotten Realms. A spell of enough significance will be cast out to the larger multiverse for other wizards and spellcasters to be able to access, and in some cases, it will be referred to simply by its title, like just Magnificent Mansion, or in some cases, they will be afforded the knowledge of the caster who created the spell in casting it.
Got it. Stole a scroll of...
Vinestra said, he's from Oerth.
You mean like original Earth?
Technically, I believe he's from Faerun, but I digress.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. So, for Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion and the scroll therein, it is considered very rare, right? So that means that as far as the spell creation rules... Okay. This would take normally 25 weeks to create. About 6 months, which is to say, doing it inside of Venestra's pocket dimension, it'll take all of 12 hours to do. Even out in the real.
We'll have to set aside a day for that.
Mm-mm.
For the proper
12
refinement,
hours is
that'll be...
how long dilated?
Okay, that's after dilation. It's 12 hours out in the material plane. But that's 25 weeks or 6 months.
25. Cool. It'll take a lot of time.
Yeah, of almost non-stop work.
So maybe like a year if we want to pace ourselves and not
Which
give
is just
ourselves stress disorders.
which is to say also the refinement cost for properly producing this particular spell onto an object. That'll be, looks like a DC 25, which is normally classified as incredibly difficult, as 30 is of course qualifying as almost impossible. Fail that by 2 or more and you produce a flawed enchantment. You can, however, try and repair it from it being flawed. That said, the flawed enchantment means I can roll on a D100 table to see what else it weirdly happens to do when you try to use it. So. That said, there is also a material cost in doing
Vinestra
this.
said, aye, that can be for after we've dealt with the hags.
Yeah. That said, in order to prepare what would be needed for that enchantment, which would be qualified as an advanced workspace, you'd need about 1,000 gold worth of materials and reagents, which is to say just generic enchanting materials, to go ahead and put that together. And even then, putting together that workspace to properly prepare it for that enchanting will take itself about a week. So it's a week of preparing the workspace, and then the 25 weeks of actually putting together the enchantment.
I have 650 platinum pieces that could be exchanged.
For about 6,500 gold, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I have 538 gold, so we got the gold cost covered. And I bet other party members have way more than me, too.
Oh, by a long shot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I had to have
We
this.
could buy this city if we wanted, probably.
We're not going to because nah. Let people keep their places. We already bought a city forever ago. It's like, we already bought a city. We don't need to buy another.
In some regards, you guys probably have enough money for a one-world government. The issue is nobody's going to go for that. Most of them will say, keep your money.
Everybody wants to rule the world.
The thing about buying the city is, citizens and also the people that you'd be wanting to sell would have to be up for it in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Which, of course, the people of Merkest were fine with that because it was originally a very shitty town. It's like, oh, you're putting some money in this economy? Great.
Vinestra said, V is going to make her way back to the giant ship. We should probably get going.
Well, what time is it?
Well,
Not near dusk.
depends on how much time you guys decided to spend kind of getting materials and what have you. If you wanted to go ahead and go until dusk to gather everything, then we can absolutely do that. That said, of course, you guys were looking for magical items and things like that initially. Anything else kind of specific, weird, or odd that you'd be kind of looking for?
Nothing off the top of my head.
Okay. Excuse me.
Any unique minerals or woods, crafting reagents?
Unique minerals and woods sort of crafting reagents. You do notice, at least here, there's a lot higher concentration and presence of things like pearl for minerals, as well as, palm woods and a lot of more tropical arboreal material. Crafting reagents would be basically things that also kind of reflect that environment. Just as well as some, let's say, less than traditional quote-unquote crafting reagents and alchemy reagents and things like that seem to be more so souvenir materials sold from the fighters. Little files of gladiator sweat, shit like that.
Ugh.
Novelty things that, given what they technically contain, may still be by and large, useful.
Megan! Muted!
Are y'all on the brainy
Vinestra said, welcome
No.
back. You missed out on Brick robbing a racist prick.
Good job.
He said some shit about changelings, and Piper wasn't there because she went back to the infirmary before she and Violet were gonna have to go barter for the Kraken.
I scared him to sleep using iBite and yoinked it off his person. And the guards did see us, but the racist prick is the one that got handcuffed because he was a
Well,
racist prick.
My family and I made ornaments and
Woo!
clay for the first time.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm
By the way,
excited,
speaking of
but I'm
clay,
also-
are your projects mostly okay, or have they been fucked with too much?
They haven't been fucked with. It's nice.
I'm gonna knock on wood immediately. Because I don't want to summon
job.
some bullshit into being.
I like the fact that all my big mugs, everybody loved my big mugs. And they were like, my dad's like, I just don't understand why the howl is so small. My hands are so big. He's huge hands, like big old massive hands. Oh, I didn't tell Amber something. I don't know if
Just
we're still live. Are we still live? Can we go for a mute?
We are
for
still
a
live.
BRB further?
Sure, a quick
go for
one, and then we'll
BRB.
get back into it. As it's going to
Let me
be
double
you
check
and
to make
Amber
sure
going
that-
ahead and getting your Vault of Amber thing, and then, of course, finally
Okay.
setting sail.
Okay, so
Hold on.
Hold on.
well, we're supposed to go interview people, and then we're gonna go sit sail.
Yep, interview
we need to
people,
get
grab a boat sealed in a
Grab
rock.
him.
Oh yeah, and Piper's gonna fill in. I'll fill in now, as if Piper is telling Violet while we're on the way to said meeting for bartering. So apparently this guy was being held together by some strange magics. Also, funnyenough.com, the crew was an entire crew of stowaways, and the undead Kraken was part of that same area where they were cast away at, which was an undead dragon sea turtle with the tower on it. the same one we have beached in Keene. And so whatever magic was holding that dragon together got absorbed into the Kraken when it became undead itself, and you corrupted the rest of the crew. So now if we're gonna fix the Kraken and the crew, we have to do each crew member individually because it took her 30 minutes to heal one dude. And then get them all mortally as possible, as far away they can from the Kraken before fixing the Kraken.
And what do you know? This is a point where I'm going to ask Piper to use the Faith. Piper, can we use the Faith phone and have Angel heal it, considering she has the ability to do that?
Let's grab the crew member. Let's get it first. Let's acquire it.
For the most part, one thing that was discovered, the crew members can, for the most part, heal normally with some assistance, given that their proximity to the Kraken boat is expanded by a great deal.
Yes, but I know a small deep child who might be able to help befriend the Kraken. Either that or Angel herself can probably befriend the Kraken. That would be probably a good idea.
I figured we were going to do that after we acquired the Amber. And I'll deal with crew. I'll heal the crew.
Okay. But we might need Angel to negotiate, considering it is a negotiation for the entire
Piper pulls out the little insignia ring. Technically, for all intents and purposes, I am Angel.
Okay.
I'm not, but I am
like,
supposed to speak. We're able to speak on her behalf with these. She points at the ring like, come on.
I'm sorry, I just realized this whole recruitment situation has gone a little bit Walking Dead. What's your name? I am Negan. What's your name? I am Angel.
She's like literally goes and walks, like she's like, so where are these guards? Where are we going?
I'm assuming we got sent a courier or a squire or some fucking person to be like, right this way for your meeting.
So that same kobold nurse that was previously helping you with that Arakakra, seemingly he has multiple duties. As he trots his ass up, this way.
Oh, I know this guy. We can
Notably,
trust him. Let's go.
still wearing the nurse gear, but now also wearing a courier vest on top of it.
Oh my god,
I
technically there's a mob boss god still alive. That means she's not dead.
He has multiple vests instead of multiple.
No. Quintus's grandmother.
Yep. Now, notably, they absolutely have enough staff to send a completely different guy, but it seems like this particular kobold just wants that much more money.
There.
Powered up for me, sir.
Yes, let's go.
He follows. Please tell me we brought the wine. This woman likes wine.
Piper pulls out the wine from her tree and also the dragon wine.
There you go.
I mean, and her coffee wine. Piper also made a coffee wine. I mean, she could take her pick.
Where's the one that Blue made?
So Piper made Four Loko, gotcha.
Yes!
Where's that blue one that Blue made? The one that was blue.
Digs further in her bag. Do I find it?
It's like a really hard mead.
Pulls it out.
Lovely thing about bags of holding, you just got to think about what you're looking for.
Pulls that one out. We got four.
So it's all the. Okay,
actually, technically, Joe, she made an espresso martini as a wine. Anyway, yes, Megan.
A lot of words that clashed all of a sudden. All right, back on track. Make it.
Oh no. Did her phone die? It's frozen.
Uh-oh. It's not even something I can put in screenshot gore. It's just a sad frozen picture of her ceiling and shelf.
It is highly compressed, though.
They all are. I'll try to call her. If the call fails, we know her phone's dead. Her phone's dead.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm not. My character's good at speaking. I'm not.
Hey.
Help.
What's the opposite of progress? Battery life.
What?
It is what it is.
Well, give me a second. I got.
There it goes.
There it goes.
I am fighting sickness or allergy or both because my head hurts.
Probably both.
My sinuses are inflamed.
Ugh. I'm sorry if you're seeing like gratuitous amounts of my butt. I only realized that as I got up.
I didn't pay for any gratuities. What are you doing?
I got you viewers, that's what I did.
Vinestra said, "Save that for Dusty."
I didn't mean to. I forgot where my camera was pointed and I was putting something under my bed. In like the least logical way possible because I am that committed to not wanting to get off my bed.
Journeying down the old dusty trail is for your private time.
Ew. Now I need a minute. My neck. No, Dusty took the chair that was helping my neck.
I'm gonna try and call her again.
I'm gonna get some water.
Oh my god! This toy is helping my neck. Hi, I can still see. Still sleeping.
Do we
There she
need to
is.
get you the Simpson trash can?
Your phone died.
I haven't been able to find all 3 of my phone chargers. Please be patient.
No, it's fine. We were just like, are you okay? Oh, okay.
Pray that I find Amber. I need to find my ID. I need to find my card. I need to find my phone chargers. I got like 2 more I'm missing.
After all of
Okay,
that, we'll help you find your marbles. We've lost some ourselves.
Okay,
Let me
so
text that to you.
where are we escorted to?
So, first things first. Going to get the rock and stone.
Yes.
To which you are able to make your way up through Lilu, steadily escorted up toward an office where the kobold eventually peels off and you are accompanied by a pair of guards and venture in. Seeing this frizzed out, ever confident, and not at all elderly in appearance, though by your own personal knowledge of the area, quite old bugbear woman indeed.
She don't look a day over 300. Joke.
To what do I owe the pleasure, or displeasure, of the discovery of this poisoned little vessel that now sits upon my desk?
So she has a Georgian accent.
Georgian, my bad. Why did I think it was this? My brain goes
You
mafia,
want-
goes mob, goes Goodfellas. To what
I'm
do I
not gonna
owe
say
the
why I don't-
displeasure of this poisoned
No,
little
I'm letting
vessel.
you know. Penny's father has that accent because he's a cat.
Yeah, makes sense. Piper's gonna just gonna look over Violet. You want me to at least explain the undead dragon turtle part first?
I think she would know more about the war first. I think we should explain why this is important.
By all means,
think-
enlighten me.
I don't think Meriphus has enlightened her yet. And I think that's going to put him in trouble, but it's going to put us in good standings.
I've been rather thoroughly informed of the whole situation going on in Jihu.
Not just the one in G.
Mind flayers. Hiding.
No,
everywhere.
not just the mind flayers. The one that the gods couldn't see, and basically the big three couldn't see, which is the frustration.
The Lords of Chaos, who originally had the ring before Menina.
It's not a failing on their part, but it is concerning nonetheless.
Would it not be a feeling? So like there was though, because like I wanted to ask Meriphus this, considering he comes from a different place and he's a part of something bigger. But maybe you can answer that. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a feeling. Maybe it was just a shadowing of their senses.
Meriphus is not Sadior, as Volk is not Bahamut, and as Vistris is not Tiamat.
There are aspects.
They are echoes of those three. They are not those beings in greater context.
That makes sense. So,
Either way, I know for a fact we can feel the people in the boat and the ship itself.
so the corruption that they had before is based on the corruption that we solved 2 years ago? And the corruption is also attached to the Shadowfell.
I see. Which, notably, when you inspected it, and when they were sealed in amber, you observed an undead nature to that kraken. You didn't notice the corrupted and mutated by agony aspect, which means this is most likely just from the Shadowfell tie that was in that tower.
That's what she said. That's what the assumption was for.
Yeah.
Violet. So
It smells that way. I just assumed it smelled that way.
Yeah.
So that crew were castaways on a giant undead sea dragon turtle that had a tower that leads to the Shadowfell. Now, after they built their boat around this kraken, and they were able to get away from said dragon turtle, we have managed to kill and contain said dragon turtle.
Understood.
Now I know Angel wants to revive the dragon turtle, but revive it in a good way.
Well, yes.
We need bigger creatures.
Dragon turtles aren't really good-natured things, nor are they bad. They're incredibly primal things. So that could go either way as much as a coin toss would.
I mean, I figured she would want to take it back to Ormer and then... Right?
No.
Oh,
The thought was to use it against the Illithid.
Oh, yes. Great. After we go through the tower that's on its back and then take said tower off its back.
So it's been a minute.
But
We've had a lot going on. But I'm thinking if we bring the Kraken back, it's even worse for them, considering they won't be able to use any seabound ships. Especially if we possibly add a little bit divine nature to it.
Or archie. What am I kidding?
No.
That's like, I don't know.
So what I'm hearing is you want to acquire this vessel and those contained within.
Yes,
Yes.
I would be able to take, if I'm able to take one person out individually at a time, I can heal them all, then get them as far away from the Kraken and its influence as possible before we fix the Kraken.
But before that, she basically puts all the bottles on the table. All of this. As an offering.
That's one way to sweeten your deal.
And
I made myself.
One person at a time.
Sorry.
I promise that I will play in your games for at least 3 months after this war is over.
4.
The ones against the Lords of Chaos. Piper's face. What?
Lord and Memphis face help me figure out how to make this dragon actually be part of my skin.
Was it an amethyst type dragon?
I'll see what I can persuade him to do.
No, the turtle, no.
Dragon turtles don't have alternative types. They are what they are.
Not in this universe.
Somewhere out there. Piper just thinking wistfully now. Somewhere out there is an amethyst dragon.
Somewhere out.
I'm letting you know you have another DM that has already decided to start making these, considering there have to be different breeds of turtle.
Teenage Mutant Dragon Turtles. Oh God. It's the size of an island and it knows martial arts.
Yes. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You don't know their lives.
So, Ruby, Sapphire, what would be an orange gem?
Topaz.
Citrine.
That too.
Citrine.
Topaz
And
traditionally would be what it would
turtle.
be for dragons.
I'm letting you know the citrine dragon
Topaz
would
is
literally
blue
be called
traditionally,
orange
actually.
dragon. I'm letting you know it'd be literally called the orange dragon because it's literally it looks like an orange on the back of its turtle shell. I'm just letting you know.
The Sunny D Dragon.
Yeah, that's what it is gonna be. So it's like so you know, she looks over at this woman. And you teach me how to do the thing you do where you punch through a wall. But I need to be able to do it in the form that I'm in.
I see.
But I do that before the war is over because I need to figure that out.
I can
I have
figure.
I have something to protect now.
With that,
Something
I'll need some of your time.
time you have.
Won't be today.
She puts her arm on your schedule then. She puts her hand out.
Now, with that as well, I have one more condition for relinquishing this poisoned little thing. I have to keep it up with some paperwork, so we're going to go ahead and consider it similar to the prices of a beached vessel and auctioning it off therein. Significantly cheaper than buying the ship whole either way.
Can I just
Call it an
put the-
investment of 10,000 gold for the books.
Hold on.
No,
What did you want to
continue.
say?
No, I dropped the thought right before he started speaking, so it was just like, ah, shit. There it goes. Bye-bye.
Call it an investment of 10,000 gold for the books.
The books?
With that, also, there will be
What
no
books?
trace in the paperwork of these being corrupt in any form or fashion.
Piper's just
Just a
gonna
vessel
flip the roll.
absconded from a less than sane collection of crewmates
Question.
Piper,
and put to better purpose.
Go ahead, Piper.
Piper's doing the little coin knuckle flip trick that I need to learn one of these days with a Velix Electrum and goes, one of these? to Violet, like one of these?
No, I think we should have Angel furnish this negotiation because if it's two different nations making a thing with her signature on it, it'll be official.
Yes, it would. To which I understand in the filings that a number of you have been deputized, which therein means you can do this at her behest and her stamp.
Well, she had a request too, but she wasn't going to be able to make it. But somebody would open up the Fae phone and I could pull her through the thing so she could ask.
Piper's already on it. She's already just like, do.
I got one of those. I still need to update it to FOS 23.
Don't update that thing. It'll turn invisible.
What did I get?
That explains why it's been blue for the last 3 weeks.
And like,
Reference to the blue?
Not in
That
reference to
invisible-
you, Blue.
Blue's not here. It's just Violet.
Blue's everywhere, all the time.
Piper just kind of taps her Fae phone against this lady's Fae phone and goes, there should be updated past.
I'm letting you know
That
that she
was
answers
it.
in the middle of it and you hear, oh my god! Okay, what did you need?
Just turns it around to face Crentus's grandmother.
Nick.
Nickelodeon.
Do you want to be up or down?
I'd like to be standing. I can't breathe when I'm upside down.
Up then, okay.
Nick.
Nick, I need to be through the Fae phone. Through the Fae phone.
Ah,
And I need
well,
you to
okay.
use yours to pull me back.
Gotcha, here's your clothes. He just throws robes in your direction.
Just give me your shirt.
This one?
Don't care which one, as long as it's not the dirty one.
Okay, this one you tore a rather sizable... Never mind, just here.
You tore this one. You say basically like there's claw marks in it.
No,
That's
that
the
was you.
bar.
That's your fingernails right there.
I did
It's
a
even
good
got your
job.
polish on it. Yeah, you did. Now skedaddle.
I
I have mending. Just get here.
apologize for my lack of dress there and thereof.
As you pass through, because it's Nick's size compared to yours, you're basically wearing a dress with oversized sleeves that you are going commando in.
I apologize for my lack of dress. We have not gotten a quiet moment without the children in some time.
I know the feeling.
Y'all spent 8 fortnights. You left me to work. So I remember that.
8
That weekend.
fortnights a really fun way to say 16 weeks, sweetheart. Now,
Oh, who's bad?
Fortnight's a fun word. I agree with her.
You're so lucky you had the Arkans on standby to basically make that so much fun and get you so much more money.
now then,
Um,
what are you needing?
all right. There is a ancient Belix ruin underneath this area.
Yes.
There's also one in any of the swamps that are in our local area. She produces this third worm that they found. These things infest everything.
Well, ain't that a repulsive
What do
little
you-
thing?
We're trying to figure out how to kill them. We don't know how to do it. We do know that our dragon in the local area managed to do it because they don't like them. I don't know how we missed it in the last 2 years.
If it's the Velux, they are notoriously good at creating blind spots, even for those that see better than others. It's why they're even still around after so long.
She shows her the Velix scroll that she had, where it details everything out. Considering she does know how to speak deep speech.
That's mildly concerning.
Mightily?
I said mightily.
He said mightily.
Oh. I thought
So
she said
I am going to bring this update to you because you're one of the up fronts, and you are also one of the ones that has the underground under your thrall. So
I can commit some of Lilu's natural, maybe.
I know that you have pull.
Yeah.
In Samaro.
I can commit some of Lilu's natural navy to the active defense. I can commit some of them to diplomatic engagements in Somerville. I'll have to keep some here to keep the haven, of course.
You might want to use the island secondary defenses, which are multiple island defenses.
Oh, I'm aware. I prefer to be over-prepared.
And we caught with your pants down, eh?
I am going to bring this Kraken back to life, and I am going to befriend it. I'm going to make their life hell.
But you can do that, looks at Angel, after your lovely engagement with your soon-to-be husband.
No, we're good.
I will demand an invitation.
An invitation to what?
Your wedding.
That night finally being tied. Little warlordess.
Oh, you were already invited. You were already on the docket. Kidding me?
Given my immediate relations to the divine engagement, I might also insist on ministering the proceeding.
Oh, you're gonna have to fight for that one.
I was about to say, join the line.
I'd worry for anyone who decides to fight me.
I think y'all are gonna have to stand in a line and I'll do it at once.
Not Piper just going, I'll fight you! This is what I want to do! This is my best friend!
I'm letting you know, y'all are gonna have to fight Griffin too. Griffin's already we're gonna have an actual Catholic.
That may have to be a one shot where it's ministering for Angel's wedding, battle royale, pick your fighter.
There's she looks over at this woman. She's like, I understand this, but this is what I'm planning. I need to know how much pull you have in Someril, because the swamps in Someril are filled with these things.
Someril is coastal money. Lilu is coastal money. I have pull. I don't have pull in all of the Togallan Islands. Where Lilu is concerned, this is a popular place here for a reason.
I know that there's a secondary fighting pit there, and I know that you're planning on building an extension in my space, which I don't hate. I'm really excited for that, actually. I'm more excited. I'm more frustrated with the fact that the one in Someril has gone dark in their contacts back with me, and Nyx was killed while we were building that Colosseum space.
As I said, the Valaks are notoriously good at creating blind spots. Where better to start than blinding a beholder?
Not wrong. I do want to play that one shot now. It's going to be fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, all I can think of is For Whom the Bell Tolls, that part where all of the deities
Get
were
ready
fighting.
for it in like 2 years.
She looks over at whatever this woman. She's like, okay, so here's the question I have right now. Where are we at with how much knowledge do you have in that area? Because I've got the vamps on my team too now.
Given the necessity of the health of my trades and my own, let's say, inserted duties in the preservation of...
Hold on, Piper's asking a question.
Brick says my body and especially my head hurts and I'm getting very tired. Is it cool if I dip for the rest of the session?
It's all good, man. Do what you gotta do.
Sleep.
Go take
sleep.
care of your friend.
Go love on your kitty cat. We're sending all the hugs that way.
Go rub your
Hugs
face on
to the
some pussy.
screen.
Ew.
I
Ew. Night.
Nah.
She looks over at
It was an easy
Jan.
joke.
She's
Anyway,
like, how much pool? I've got the 3 mountains covered. There's nothing under them. There is the swamp below though, and I don't know if it's covered yet.
not
that
all
there are 2
swamps
places.
are indications that they are corrupted places. Whoa, what the fuck kind of accent am I slipping into? What the fuck is this?
Well, hello there, mater.
Went a little too heart heavy into hillbilly.
So the pool that we've got is not too bad.
Where was my brain at? I was talking about something, but it went in the wrong accent and then
We're talking
proceeded to shoot
about-
me in the face.
We're talking about the swamps that have the 2 ancient creatures that
Right.
live in Summerall that come from water.
Being a swamp does not necessarily reflect being a place corrupted or poisoned. They are natural biomes that serve their purposes for the health of everything around it.
Yes, but the texts indicate they are in a swamp, and it's not my swamp.
Oftentimes, yes.
No, it literally says they're hiding under a swamp.
No
Just
indications of
point to the
Velik's
part-
activity under Summerall, no.
Point to the part of the letter where it's like, here's where it says about the swamp.
So, you don't think that they're going to have any pool in Summerall?
No. See who being as unsavory as it is, if they are in fact under there, which they are, likely was a geopolitical relationship created and catered toward their ability to hide very deliberately.
You can't hide in Summerall. It's one of the only places you can't hide because of how much corruption there is.
Yes, indeed. And Summerall's corruption is its own breed that don't really need mind players to be what it is.
There's a lot of dick swingers in there. I'm pretty good at that.
That's why I'm making you a bone throat.
A lot of dick swingers and a lot of pompous pussies.
Just tell me where to hit and we're fine. I have a question. I understand that she also hands over her actual child, which is the one she shares with her, which is the big bugbear baby who she cannot necessarily care very much.
Well, there we are, little one. How are you doing? Now, as far as this deal with handing over this little amber construct, again, for the paperwork and all that, just making sure it's all squeaky clean and not posing many questions. Say, 10,000 gold under an auctioneer's price. Call that something that got beached.
That's not fun. That's not anything that I can't throw at.
Piper's still doing her coin knuckle flipping thing with an Avelix Electron.
Easy
He's
enough to do.
He's like, puts her hand over the Velix Electrum. We don't need them whispering in our ears. Not here.
Fair enough.
And she doesn't necessarily like Velix Electrum very much.
It has its uses in trade anyway.
She'd prefer to barter or use a lot more money.
Yeah.
It's prettier when she this is the first time she's ever told Amber their rules in this negotiation.
Piper.
Velix works, but it doesn't work as often. And it's more gold because gold is dragon shiny.
Gold is also a more appropriate currency for trade with ships going in and out. More
Piper
immediately
pulls out
useful.
Velix.
Piper pulls out her 10,000 gold pouch that she used to try to lure the Aircock right into the box. This work?
That'll work. I mean, I have more than 300,000 somewhere in the middle of my almost
Real quick, Angel, can you prestidigitate inside the bag? There might be blood still.
She just waves her hand.
I feel like it's like that cartoon sound effect of shiny coin goes over it while he cleans.
Now, I don't know where everyone's going to have everything going, but I think these would be two creatures, if we could get them on our side, that would be great to have.
To that, I wouldn't disagree. For two things as primal as they are, titanic though they may be, it's more so about just convincing them that allowing some of these more unsavory creatures to survive would significantly impact their own survivability and dominance of the ocean.
Well, we got a person for that.
I'm letting you know, I am enjoying Morphus and Piff working together. It's great. Really.
Oh, I was thinking we were probably going to ask the deep child to talk to his papa.
I'm going to have him talk to him so I can get something bigger. To go deeper.
Well, I was meaning to convince both the Dragon Eternal and the Kraken to work with us.
But I might be able to talk to him a little bit easier because we're on the islands. And since I need to bring this thing back, is there any private water space that I can use that attaches to the ocean? You do know that this exists, Joe.
Yeah. We have a few inlet lagoons over the island that aren't necessarily publicly accessible.
Piper just puts the sack on the table. There you go. Next to the wines.
If you will drop the paperwork, I will sign. You see Angel's sits down and gently crosses her legs.
Paperwork's already drawn, sweetheart. As an unseen servant currently scratching away at something with a quill finally finishes and sets it down. Literally unseen servant, disembodied humanoid shape.
Is the person actually Angel actually turns the dial on the necklace, puts it down on top. There's a little bit of a little tiny ring there that looks like it's a male's ring, and then pulls it off the side of the necklace and stamps it down. You have to work to get that thing off.
You know, one thing you can do, you can just commission a blacksmith to have your signet actually work for an ink stamp.
That would be great.
I was also going to say, maybe we can get somebody who can carve your insignia on your necklace.
No, I don't want to do that, considering my children are going to probably take up the mantle eventually. They're going to I will just be a figurehead at one point, which will be great.
Like that ancient human Queen Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm. That was the plan. Go quietly into the night.
And then auspiciously follow an equally old but delightful person named Betty White.
She was a queen.
She was a queen in everybody's hearts, because both Piper and Angel have watched all of Betty White's filmography.
We are definitely glad that she was a friend.
I'll wait. I think this now, in terms of paperwork, paper trail, and paper everything, is yours, except just sign right here.
She signs.
There you go. Do what you will with that rock, just don't open it at the dock.
Signs her signature for her part.
Delightful.
By the way, do let me know how the coffee wine tastes. That's a new one. Oh, that's good. God damn! You're good at that!
Good job, Joe.
Swirls and just shoots it back, knocking back what appears to be a pint-sized glass like a shot.
I mean, she is big, so that would be her shot size.
That'll
Makes
do.
sense. Okay.
That'll do just fine.
Technically, the cherry acorn wine is my father's. I have yet to go figure out what the abomination fruit my tree produces now would taste like as a wine.
What you need to try next time, Piper, with that wine is because I can smell it. It's the only thing it's missing is a whiskey.
I'll let my father know about the cherry acorns, because we still have a backlog of a lot of cherry acorns. But they harvested all that fruit before we merged the tree into 7 trees.
She looks over at this woman. She's like, okay, I just need to go to your lagoon set, because I've got a couple of things to do, and then I can skedaddle back to the indisposement of the arms of my sweet one.
Right then.
But we'll see this if we're gonna get the crew members out first. Just stick them in my box, and then I'll send the box to my house.
I was thinking of doing, Piper, I'm thinking of doing this in reverse. I'm pulling that Kraken first.
Before then, can we at least get the Aarakocra very far from here?
You know what? How about we do this? She puts her hand out to the Aarakocra. I need to
The
get
Aarakocra's still in the infirmary.
We're gonna be at the lagoon. It's not gonna be anywhere near. We're fine.
And again, it seems like the proximity where the effect diminishes, if not straight up dies, is outside of 10 feet away from the ship.
Oh, okay.
It's not a large proximity.
I was not there for that portion. But now I know.
She pulls out her diamond and her scroll. I'm so glad I asked Denise to make like 17 of these scrolls.
Always good to have.
Reincarnation or rejuvenation, or like true reincarnation.
True, and I will handle the crew. We can just send them to my house. We'll deal with them later. Actually, I could just have
I would not send them to your house. I would make your warlock handle some of that.
I was about to say, or I could have Zethrin deal with them. He's gonna have to learn this shit eventually. Piper's already in the back of her. Piper in the back of her head. I know who's taking over after me.
Angel's just gonna follow this woman to the lagoon.
It's easy enough to get there. Maybe a 20-minute brisk walk at her pace, winding through a few different sort of hidden pathways.
Angel's like, I really want to pull the Yoda chair out, but if I pull the Yoda chair out, then the kids come back, and that's absolutely not happening right now.
Yeah, let's not. And see, we
And
did.
you are
Also,
led out to the entryway of a fairly large lagoon that kind of dips down to the underside of a cliff and a little bit of a sort of a cave entryway. It's fairly large, and it does seem like it would be pretty effective for a kind of an emergency docking of any ship that needed to be kind of out of the way and out of sight.
I apologize, but you're going to see a lot more of me than you would like. She like literally walks into the water.
I've seen so much worse. You're fine.
Okay, good.
And Piper's just like, I've seen you naked. It's fine.
There are so many hookies on her right now.
I'm sorry for being naked. What, for the 80th time? You're fine.
Not Piper just like, we've been to the spa together. It's fine.
She walks into the water, and she releases this Kraken into the water.
Okay. Crystal opens up, and you again see this form of this juvenile Kraken sort of limply twitching in undeath, kind of armored around most of its headpiece, and wrapping around it seems to be most of, effectively, this reasonably large ship very much acting like an armored shell around a kraken, especially given the story that you kind of heard about it up to this point now, secondhand from what the Aarakocra was talking about. It would make sense that especially a kraken of this age trying to get away from a monster that fucking big basically put on a big old ship helmet. But now it's...
I have a question. Can it tell how big of a monster Angel actually is?
Right now it's undead. It has no sense of yay or nay.
She's going to let forth that draconic aura right next to it, holding its tentacle, while using calm emotions at the same time to make it confused.
It's already confused, Megan. It's undead and twitching.
She's going to pull out their skull of reincarnation and lay it out with a diamond number.
Okay.
Are you sure you want reincarnation? Because that can change its species?
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with that.
Means whatever you turn it into, it may cease to be a kraken.
Maybe I want it to be bigger than a kraken.
Maybe she wants it to be a mutated sperm whale. You don't know.
That'll be based on the dice.
Yeah.
Because reincarnation is a dice roll.
Yeah, but it's not going to turn into a humanoid species, so now you need to make
it'll be something else within the Titan class monstrosities, so...
Mm-hmm. So Piper's like, oh, okay. That's
I can't remember what the other spell is. She's got both scrolls with her.
True Resurrection?
No, it's True Resurrection. That was what it was. Brain did the fart. It's been farting out though.
Considering your family, I understand why. I didn't say shit.
I love my family.
I know, but sometimes they make me exasperated.
They're gonna do that.
Exasperated.
She pulls out her True Resurrection scroll. Thank you. I have scroll. You know, like, whoops.
Okay.
You need to sleepy.
Other monstrosities in the Titan class would have been an interesting shift.
Well,
But
yeah, resurrection. Here we go.
I would have wanted to pick a coastal creature. I would have wanted a giant coastal crab that's in the Tomb of Beasts.
We could set up that table later and maybe do that with the dragon turtle? Question mark?
Yes.
It would be another Titan class dragon in that case. But a dragon turtle is technically a creature unto itself. I mean, reincarnation may not necessarily work for what it is, but either way, True Resurrection. In casting this spell, normally, of course, it will entreat upon you, but for something like this, it is a creature bound to the sea, and you would think normally this is something that falls under Merphus's purview to preside over, to say yes to. But krakens, in what they are bound to, in what they are reflections of, on a greater, grander cosmic scale. It's not even the deep. You feel an unsettling mental reverberation. Breathe life back into this thing. Krakens in the deepest and oldest of lore are often found to be echoes of the intention of the great cosmic madness and god destruction, the Ristun. But they've grown to have intentions of their own even despite that. So
Ristun
as that...
Ristun is the one that I took my son from.
Which son? Elkuv was not of... Elkuv was not in any way of Tharizdun. Elkuv was his own thing.
Wasn't he raised by him?
No.
Oh, okay.
We don't have any child of this person you speak.
Okay, good.
Krakens in most all of their capacity are in every respect, echoes of that maddened intention. But again, if an echo flies far enough, it can warp in its sound. And so this kraken flicks to life, rejuvenated, resurrected, and still juvenile, still in a primal state of fear, seemingly tries to crawl its head all the deeper into that wrecked, mismatched Theseus half of the ship.
No.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Viper wants to maybe try something. Hold on.
No. Okay. I'm trying to befriend it, Amber.
I know. I would like to help. I want to know something real quick. Would I become a kraken? That's my.
No.
Unfortunately, it does not have the beast category.
Give me it. It's fine then. Okay. I couldn't even. Anyway, it's a 23.
Its category is a monstrosity.
I'm letting you know. I've befriended monstrosities. That's kind of my natural ability is to.
I know, but the brain thought process was pretend to be its mama and chill it out so I can hear you out. But I can't do that. That's a challenge rating 23.
He's still holding the tentacle of this thing.
Yes, you are. And right now, it does not yet have the presence of mind to try and pull itself free of that grip, let alone acknowledge that it is being gripped in the first place.
She does have speak with animals and speak with creatures.
And calm emotions.
What kind of languages does this thing understand?
Roll me a nature check or arcana, as either would apply for a being that is not necessarily natural.
Hold on. I literally just pulled up the kraken thing. Abyssal, celestial, infernal.
This is what the roll is for, so that the character may know the information.
This is what the rules are. I followed the rules, Amber. There's rules.
It's like I have the sheet.
You would help.
Also, krakens in the book. Ew. I don't like it. I like actual kraken.
That's a natural 20, Joe.
Natural 20. Okay.
Now,
they understand abyssal. Go ahead.
Abyssal, celestial, infernal, primordial, and telepathy. 120 feet, but can't speak.
They cannot speak. Telepathy may be a means of communicating with them, as at least with telepathy they may be able to communicate back. But it is within those languages.
He's going to speak celestial through the telepathy.
Okay.
Hello, beautiful.
Not beautiful. Scary. Monstrous. Beast of war. But must hide from bigger beast.
You could be beautiful and big and scary.
Got tired. Couldn't swim anymore. Something swim anyway.
You can swim now.
Can. Don't want to. Don't want to get bit again. Died from the bite. Mom died from the bite.
Will you show me where your mother is?
Don't know. Just ran. Hid in the wooden shell. Moved where the pole pushed me. Ate where the wooden shell led.
Do you want a new mom?
Old enough that I don't need a mom to teach me to swim or to eat or hunt.
But you do need a mom to teach you how to survive.
I survived as long as I could. But I was bit.
No longer.
Despite the lack of complexity to its responses, you do understand an edge of greater intelligence in this creature, greater even than some mortals you know. It's just having trouble reconciling it, as there is a primal fear that is bound to its every essence. Where the hell something like this even went when it died, you're unsure. You're unsure if even where it went might have just been a void of nothing until you breathed life into it once again, or facilitated life being breathed back into it.
She reaches out and touches the Sing's face, and she can reach it. I don't fear you.
A massive eye stares back at you, larger even than some carriages you've seen, overtaking you by measures upon measures. You look into it and can't fully register what you can see in those depths and what within it may constitute a soul. It is primal, it is hungry. There is something inherently horribly dangerous about it, but more than any of that, it is still displaying fear.
What bit it?
She's gonna hug it.
The dragon turtle,
Oh, okay.
and
She's
it
wanting
died
to
from the
hug it.
injury.
Ooh.
You need a hug.
Okay, I want you to, well, animal handling wouldn't really apply. It's the closest thing, honestly. Give me an animal handling check. If this creature is too intelligent for that to qualify, it's also not technically an animal, but it's the
An
closest thing.
18 plus a 20.
I'm taking on
Okay.
to the edge.
It got a crit on its side. So, naturally,
Can I
gargantuan
roll?
Titan-class monstrosities that Titans are naturally inclined toward chaotic evil. This thing was running scared and afraid for long enough that it never managed to grant a selfish impulse beyond its desperate need to survive. And now, in being brought back to life after it failing to survive, the first thing it's confronted with is compassion. So, with that, with its own crit as well, I will grant you this. It has shifted from chaotic evil to chaotic neutral.
Can I roll again? I can re-roll a stat. You give me a
You
free roll,
succeeded. That's the point I'm making.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my neck. Okay. Oh.
I believe that you need safety to feed your hunger in the darkness and the chaos.
It is too large to safely nod without crushing you.
So does it telepathically nod at her?
Telepathically, there is just a sense of confirmation. Its fear is still there. It is not quelled in any stretch. But there is some sense of desperate latching onto your personage in the same way that it latches desperately onto this ship.
If I give you some of my power, will you protect those I love? And eat and devour those who hurt them? return to my safety.
Are you going to attempt to turn a kraken into a divine beast?
Yes.
Why the fuck not?
Understand? Doing something to this level, to something that exists to this degree of power by its very nature, will be a particularly exhausting endeavor.
I already know I'm probably going to give birth today. We've had a couple of rounds with Angel and
no, not
Nicodemus.
that. Doing something to this may involve death saves, even while still alive and standing.
Does Piper
That's
need
fine.
to pop her a bean?
No, it's okay. This needs to happen.
Birth
This
is
part
not
of this-
the concern and result here.
The concern in the result right now is because Lilu was a facet for the last campaign, also for a facet for the other stuff. It's not easy for him to get here. The reason that she's doing it here is also because it's not easy for him to find her here.
Understood. I'm just also granting you the risks involved with fundamentally altering the nature of one of the world's great titans.
She's gonna do it.
And
Okay.
Quintus managed to do it with a freaking... I'm letting you know, Quintus managed to do this.
Quintus was a mechanical and functional oddity that you
I know.
allowed and allotted. So,
I know. He rolled well. I can't really say anything against it because he literally tamed a Tarask.
I understand this. I understand this, right? And I understand why
Everyone
Quintus
hated him.
functioned the way he did, and why he technically still functions the way he does. What Angel is, especially at this stage in the storyline, is not that. So I'm just allowing you to understand the risks here. Now,
I'm okay with the risks.
I need you to roll me a percentile. You get within the threshold, I will allow you to roll a religion check with advantage, disadvantage, or a base roll. Understood?
Okay.
okay, these 2 pages I'm taking out and keeping these.
Do I need to roll low or high?
I'll let you know what you need to roll in that religion based on what you roll.
Does a natural 100 do anything for me?
Okay. Religion with advantage.
Hell yes. Advantage.
Great, awesome. Oh, that's a 19 plus a... What's 17? Would be 17 now or 17? Where's the wisdom stat at?
Okay. 36.
Or with the stat ad that I had.
So, here's what occurs. First of all, for you. And I need you to roll me 3 death saves immediately.
Oh, natural 20.
I still
That's
need you to roll the
physical.
other 2.
19.
It's 3
That's
successes. I'm still curious what the third will result in.
Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. Oh. I'm saving my ass.
Okay, you're good. No. As you reach in and try to reach through your essence to alter this kraken, to grant it some semblance of understanding of morality, of a direction to aim its intelligence, you end up similar to a vampire that you helped, reaching past Zaria and the material rings and deeper into the cosmos, toward places that consciously you never should go and never should reach toward, where in one instance you witnessed a Daedric prince, Molag Bal, a prince of something so terrible that even still you can't quite fully shake what it meant. You reach and confront something that in a lot of ways initially mimics what vocal was. But there's something deeper to it, more hateful, more conniving, more intentional about every aspect of it as you feel it staring upon and into you. And you rip free one of its creations from its grasp.
Oh, my neck.
The command deep, primal. You feel every instinct of yours responding to it automatically. Gods have been wounded by this thing. Gods greater than you. And held at bay in their damaged state. You've taken your prize. It has acknowledged you. And you are leaving before it has anything it will be allowed to remember.
Acknowledge me. Anyway, sorry.
No, she's not going to acknowledge it. It's just one creature out of its own grasp.
I know,
That's
it was... Okay, he said it acknowledged you, and it made me think of Roman Reigns. Acknowledge me. Sorry. No. Get up here.
As you come back to consciousness and reality, your hand touching this kraken. You are of a divine draconic essence, and so too does some of that latch on to this former monstrosity. While for all intents and purposes, it is still a kraken in its form. Where once there was leathery skin, black as the sea, it is now scaled and rose-tinted. Where those tendrils and tentacles reach out, massive and empowering. They begin to shrink down at your touch. Further and further. Is this thing getting younger? Is it trying to accommodate its new form? You can still feel it. Still this massive, impossible, titanic squid in the process of growing, and yet it gets smaller and smaller. It seems to be losing limbs. 8 becomes 7, 6, 5, and 4. And what now sits, curled, desperately around your arm, your grip, your grasp, your legs, is humanoid in its shape.
Oh.
Adolescent, most certainly. A young teen in the base of what age appears before you. No hair to
And
speak
he's gonna
of.
be tall.
No proper ears, and as a matter of fact, the ears seem reflective of what you would see on a squid. Massive cups, even that singular eye, that pair of eyes on its face, still hold large on this body. Something clearly alien, though humanoid still it remains. And as it stands, trying to adjust to its new form, still covered somewhat in scales, it is still, even at this significantly shrunken and humanoid size, titanic in comparison to you.
Yeah.
A teenager comparable in height, arguably even to someone like Venestra.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
great.
just realized something. Can he polymorph into a dragon kraken?
Probably.
Oh my god, that'd be fun.
She's gonna walk. At this point, she has the teen. I want you to stand on shore and wait for me.
Now, I'm going to write this down in your notes for what the monster class of this is, while it is considered now 2 monster types.
Great.
A and a monstrosity. Its
Dragon
title,
sucks.
a dragon
Mhm.
monstrosity. Its creature name is the whirlpool that walks.
Oh.
More of a title, seemingly assigned to it by you imbuing it with divine nature. With that comes a bit of a foreboding understanding. This is still a creature built for disaster, but it seemingly has better intention bound to it.
Oh my god.
After almost failing those death saves, Angel's gonna walk. She's going to have this creature wait behind her on the shore. Wait here. Do not move. No matter how big the creature is, stay here.
It nods and responds telepathically, seemingly it still cannot speak. As you notice, one feature on its face that did not form was a mouth or lips.
Ooh, okay. She's gonna move into the water. She's going to go into where she feels like she can't breathe.
Notably, you do see sort of a set of centered and clenched teeth along its chest.
Okay, can still eat. That's good.
Yeah.
She's walking deeper into the water.
Which notably, as you've summoned out the boat, all of the crew members in resurrecting the Kraken have fallen completely silent.
Yeah, she's got that, but I'm letting it. She's already walking into the water. She's going to talk to the deep. That's what she's got to do. She's got to get this done.
She
Okay.
only pulled the Kraken out. She didn't pull the crew out.
Oh, you pulled the Kraken out separately from the rest of the gem? And my description about it trying to claw further into the ship for the protective helmet kind of fell flat. All right, well, we'll say it was trying to crawl into a rocky alcove for the same effect. Just to keep my description consistent, gosh.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You knew that the crew to die.
Angel's going to walk out into the water.
Percentile to summon the deep, if you would. Or at least commune with it.
Huh?
Or at least commune with it.
Does a wand do it for me?
Yeah. You feel like you're far deeper in this little lagoon than should be possible. Closer to the bottom of a vast ocean as you more feel the presence of a massive tentacle pass by
Good
you
night,
and see
guys.
it.
See you in the morning. Give me hugs. Hold on. Man, I gotta give people hugs. They're here in town. We're gonna do this.
They're going to be leaving. Turn.
We'll give it about a moment. And we'll get back to it.
We're gonna spend more time.
Paramedic's with me today.
It's a bad sign that I'm starting to like zero sugar sodas. Excuse me.
Well, I'm making myself zero's fuck. Excuse me.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back in the water. Back in the water.
Okay. So getting back to the description. You're feeling a massive tentacle pass by and see it. In an impossibly dark, blackened depth of water and ocean.
Yes.
They have the worst
Oh
time.
my god, you're just green, it's great. Killer. Oh my god.
Keep going.
Welcome back. All right, so with that, you finally also witness, devoid of any other details of form or scale, that massive eye open before you, unable to gauge whether it's that massive right in front of you or all the greater and that far of a distance.
I need your help. She's going to let their mind speak. She's going to share everything with him. Everything she's experienced. Everything that's happening. Everything that has happened.
And one thing it's certainly not keen on is sharing its influence over mortals with Mind Flayer. Ceding its influence over mortals to Mind Flayers, and ceding its claim over the oceans to Mind Flayers, Illithid or Velix or any other wretched faction of them. It's disgusted. It's enraged.
I have a question.
And
Can
it will
feel her
drown
pain?
countless members of them.
I have a question, Joe. Can it feel her pain?
It can. While it doesn't express sympathy or empathy, it understands the depth of it. And understands the danger that you are in.
Understands the depth.
What is the deal?
Thank you. I need somebody to put.
One of the few deep conversations you've had recently, you know.
I'm Pumat Sorrel. I can hear his voice.
So,
Pumat Sorrel.
well, hello there. It's Pumat Soul.
Hello there. My name is Pumat Soul.
I am Pumat Soul. I am also Pumat Soul. Hey, I'm Pumat Soul.
I am also Pumat Soul.
We're all
Prime
what she
is-
would call magically created reflections of Pumat Prime. He's in the back.
He's in the back.
I feel like
While I'm satisfied that Matt was able to voice Pumat Soul, I really wish they managed to get Patrick Warburton for Pumat Soul.
No, I wanted him to just be Matt. Matt Pumat Soul was best Pumat Soul.
Patrick Warburton Pumat Soul would have been so fun. But anyway. Continuing.
She also lets the chaos information, this creature, everything. She does not hold back with this thing, considering what it helped her with.
Cool. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
No. Hold on. Oh, shit.
Bro.
My neck. Shit.
As the
Sinistra
ground,
said, even the people waiting at the boat to set sail.
even the people waiting at the boat, as the ground shakes and ocean shudders.
18 plus 5.
There's almost a wave of condensation, almost steam that rises from every reach of the ocean that suddenly gives a wave of ocean mist flooding across the horizon that will not dissipate and does not as it hangs in the air. The weather has changed. Weather has grown angry. The ocean boils with anger. And with that information, you are unfortunately shunted from your conversation. I was looking for a flowery word, hence why there was a little gap there.
I have a
Conversation.
question, Joe. I'm still planning on helping it. I'm going to go back into the water. She dives back into the water.
You dive back in. I need you to roll me a percentile with disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Meaning, in this case, you'll have to take the higher of the two rolls. Ironically.
Does a 3 do anything for
The
me?
3 is the higher of your two?
Yeah.
You push your way back
My dice hate
in.
me today.
And it is like suddenly dipping yourself into a hot tub where nobody bothered to let temperature settle into something regulatable for skin. It is hot. It is overbearing. Despite your resistances to fire, it seems like whatever this heat is rattling into your mind and your soul. It feels raw. It feels hostile, and it feels angry.
I thought she said, speak to me. I'll help you.
I will drown them.
I will help you.
This is not their.
Agreed.
This is not his world.
Whose worlds? Nidno?
You ask that question, and the water seems to boil all the hotter. I was placed here by something far greater than him. I am a titan, older than they. This world is mine. Armageddon was mine.
But he brought you to the sun.
The apocalypse was my playground, my pool. They do not claim this place. With your attachment and your religion bound to things older than the gods that currently preside over Zaria, I will allow you this one moment to roll a religion check, not with advantage, not with disadvantage, but with those lines of recognition. You may understand the true name of the deep.
With a natural 20. Thank you very much. This is a good day.
Leviathan.
One.
She is going to speak to the Leviathan. I know you. I know what you are. She puts the word in the mind. Lets it loose.
The ocean shudders all the further. What was once sunny and bright skies for those around you begins to rain.
Thief brought us sun. He took us out of the void. They were going to keep you in the dark. You do not deserve the dark. You deserve to make the world live and breathe.
So you both need to get along.
To know that's not what it is.
Rage
So let him think.
allows the Leviathan to grow.
To allow him to think that he's one. Where a child can only hold a toy as long as it doesn't love.
That eye once again opens to you. And another, and then another, and then another, and then another. Not filling up your view, but trailing back in a direction. Stretching back behind its own horizon, an infinite, impossible length to an impossibly massive serpent of the infinitely deep oceans.
Jormungandr?
Perhaps another name for the same beast.
Ragnarok. The world serpent. Oh my god.
Leviathan and
Jormungandr.
Jormungandr had a lot of similarities, so they might as well be the same thing.
Allow the boy to hold the toy. One day it will bite him back.
Are we saying that Meninda's a boy?
Meninda's a child. No matter how much of a great old one he is, he's still a child.
Menidna is a
Okay.
concept. The concept is greed.
Yes, but the concept comes like a child, and if he can't hold on to it, he gets mad.
Well, actually, technically, his concept is kleptomania, but I digress. It's a little
Either
different.
way, that's younger than Jormungandr.
Oh, yeah.
If he's going to act like he owns you or collects you, he has to keep you alive. He shouldn't have left you in the dark for so long.
So get along or I'll put you in your corners. That's how I feel right now. It's a mom chastising her
So
children.
It has
Let me
tolerated the Grey Thief to this point for thousands upon thousands of years.
she shows him what the Grey Thief looked like when he was dying.
You swear you feel it smiling at you.
She also shows him how Meninda protected her when she was going to die.
It understands, though it does not empathize nor sympathize.
Makes sense.
She also shows him what the world was like without it, without the light that he took us to.
And that still supplies it that deep sense of hate and rage.
I will help you.
Without Meninda bringing it into the light, there would be way more Illithid, which I would think would make it happy.
She's going to put that thought across, so it can feel what would have happened if the Grey Thief hadn't succeeded.
It knows what would have happened, and it returns to you a thought, as it would have risen from the oceans and began to eat of the land. To clear off the mess itself. That would have been for far less care for the mortals that also resided upon it.
She agrees and understands.
Though not necessarily empathizes or sympathizes.
No,
It's
she
just-
sympathizes with the thought process.
Fair.
She understands. She understands old lore. That's the whole point. Is she's not afraid of these things that she's talking to. The problem is that she's trying to get them to get along with each other. She's trying to tell him to just put up with him because he doesn't understand the rules.
And you understand that while it viciously hates Menidna, it has tolerated him. Because Menidna doesn't seek control. Not like they do. Menidna is a lesser thing, collecting its toys.
And let it hold them. It's just going to keep them in one spot. It's just a little boy collecting cards.
Menidna is a Pokemon scalper, confirmed. No.
It's true. He's a Pokemon scalper.
I must have the uniques, and I will never sell them. I'm artificially inflating the market prices. You were supposed to be stocked by 4 p.m. This is bullshit.
Oh my god, Joe, my stomach can't breathe. She reaches her hand into the space. I will give you more.
You have given me enough.
Hmm?
You have given me enough.
I will bring you their heads. It's your thought process.
And with that, far more gently, you are shunted from the vision.
Oh, God.
Given your forced re-entry, roll me one more death save.
And there's the 2. Stupid idiot.
Only one failure, and it was not a natural one, so on your exit and pulling up from the water, you feel your nose bleed and a splitting migraine to accompany it.
He's gonna yell at me. So as she wipes her nose, gonna yell at me.
Piper just pats her on the back. You're fine. Here, smooth it over with him with this, the cherry wine.
And I can't smooth over Nicodemus with this. This isn't gonna work, considering he's probably got the other half of the splitting.
Hands her other bottle of coffee wine. Maybe this?
No.
Pulls out a dragon wine. This?
I'm letting you know the Fae phone, whoever has one open I'm not going to be able to survive the next couple of minutes.
Lovey, I felt that. Get back over here.
No.
Piper just shoves a huge cask of dragon wine down into Angel's bag. Here you go. Take that with you.
I need to ensure that some things are corrected.
Wait, don't leave without the boy. She looks over at the Kraken. Come on, let's go. Into the necklace. Let's go.
Both are pulled away, though the Kraken seemingly in another direction.
Where?
Into your necklace, though from an angle that you've never seen before. It's a little strange. And notably, this never happens with your necklace. It feels fucking heavy around your neck. Almost like it's gained, physically, another 20 pounds. It is pulling on that chain hard.
I didn't do anything, I promise. Ow.
And with that, Piper and Violet are left on the shore. So you want to go to the... I think we chose Storm Giant. Well, want to go back?
That connection is severed with the sound of a belt snap.
Oh, great. Awesome. Orange.
So Storm Giant?
Storm Giant. That sounds great. I prefer not to get in trouble. I think I left Halcyon, we're way back there.
Oh, you want to, before we set out with the Storm Giants, do you want to go talk to the Pioneer Lady? To figure out what the fuck is up with the boat?
She's a ghost possessing the boat.
Makes sense.
That's why it's only a raft.
Oh, well.
It's only as much energy as she can exert.
Let's go see how Vanessa and Avery are faring. Getting the Storm Giants. Also, we figured having the Storm Clerics following us would probably make the seas a little nicer.
No, we're gonna have to be very careful from now on, because that was the Deep being very angry.
I could tell. It looked like Angela was boiling alive. She looked like a lobster.
It is still now actively and suddenly raining outside, along with, again, a massive, now unrelenting wave of ocean mists. It is not let up. And all of that started once Angel dipped herself below the lagoon.
We might want to go warn the gnomes And they're going down there to invoke the name of the deep before they decide to go down there.
Jormungandr, right?
Yes.
Or Leviathan, whichever applies.
But Leviathan would be better, considering we don't want to give it its big name.
Oh, but Jormungandr's a fun word to say. She says as she's going towards the notebook.
I don't know if it's a good idea. I don't know if it's a good idea at all. She looks over at House. She's like, walks up to Halcyon. Hello. Sorry we took so long.
As he finishes playing poker with a random deckhand, just looks at you. That did take a while. Now, which boat are we setting sail on?
We're planning on sailing the giant storm people.
Also, the storm clerics are gonna follow us, so hopefully Maris gives us a little bit of a reprieve on the way.
I see.
Considering gestures wildly.
I've gotten the seas a little angry. Just letting you know.
Don't think
Hey,
I didn't
Vanessa!
bloody notice. Seems to be a distinct
Piper.
lack of sunlight now.
Piper yells over to Vanessa. Hello, Vanessa! What y'all do while we were gone?
Not my fault. I promise. I promise it's not my fault.
No, it's probably the small one's fault, given that she's been recently unlocking untold cosmic power and trying to befriend everything she can.
Waiting for Vanessa to type.
I'm letting you know it was her idea, though. It was Violet's idea. Hello?
Vinestra said. They would be busy paying a sailor's due rejoining the others. We just got some food and other items.
Nice! Where's Avery? Because both Piper and Violet would not know y'all robbed a racist man.
Avery is now T-posing.
Please call again in 30 minutes or 3 days and 3 business days. And it's Violet who looks over at Halcyon. I promise I didn't do it on purpose.
Sure.
I really didn't do this on purpose.
Avery entered this shocked state after experiencing racism.
Oh no! That's not really a particularly good thing considering the fact everybody's stance is here on racism. What'd he do? What happened? Well, set the scene. Piper's just like, give me the drama.
And Violet's like, I don't really want to get in trouble. Just smiling at Halcyon like, everything's fine. Nothing happened.
Really?
It went as well as could be expected.
Why don't you give me the details?
Angel decided that she wanted... I thought it would be a good idea that Angel take the Kraken on.
I doubt converting a Kraken resulted in all of that.
No, but the second part of my thought process also... That's the point where she actually says that she did it. I told Angel that talking to the deep might help cause... We found out that it was technically an ancient snake thing called a Leviathan.
Or in Norse mythology, Jormungandr.
So you thought deliberately angering an ancient beast of forgotten myth was a good idea?
We didn't know it was gonna get mad. We just figured, we tell him about the Chaos Lord.
You didn't when saying, hey, by the way, here's these things you should be pissed about. And
No,
it got surprised when it got pissed.
I figured it would be more like, hey, would you like to join our cause? We knew that anger was going to be the emotion it picked.
Esoteric things don't usually deal in pamphlets.
Hey, we
Well,
still
at least
Mara?
at least they're probably mad at all of the illithid. Just so you know.
Sure, that'll make sailing easier.
Oh, it's currently drowning every illithid that has just decided to be in the water.
Not necessarily the implication, but definitely its intention.
Piper's just like, we are drowning illithid as we speak.
At this point, she looks over it and he's like, I didn't mean to do it. It wasn't that bad of an idea. It turned out okay.
Hey, who knew it was going to wake up on the angry side of the emotion spectrum?
But you know, there's a part of Violet that probably had guessed that this would cause anger because she's been in the abyss, and as the bad dog, basically like, probably shouldn't have taken the napkin, but
Yeah.
I wanted the napkin.
If anything is to be inferred about this session, fun thing about it being a post-apocalypse, there are some things that still exist out there that are kind of pissed the apocalypse stopped.
And didn't get their own apocalypse.
Well, maybe they were doing their own work in it.
Either way, it was also probably pissed because, ew, those things are disgusting. Go away.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, she's like, it's one of those. It's like the dog that can't look at their odors. Like, wasn't that bad? It really wasn't that bad. Everything's going to be fine.
Right. Sure. Whatever you say. And he wraps an arm around your shoulder. And you feel something made vaguely of leather wrap around and buckle into place around your neck.
Does Piper have the amber piece?
Yes. But she's also going to look over at her sister. She's like, everything's fine. Everything's going to be just fine.
Everything's going to be just fine.
Well, let me run this over.
Vinestra said, Amira is going to smugly snicker.
I'm going to go take this to the infirmary, to the Aarakocra, because they're going to take the Aarakocra in a bit back home to Zethrin to deal with crew.
That'll be hilarious. She looks over at her sister. Everything's going to be just fine. We're going to be great.
Yeah, I'm sure it
no,
will. What's the deal with... Wait, now I'm starting to... Oh. Yeah, you did that to yourself.
I did not do
Is this... Did Cringe's grandmother follow us and we didn't notice?
No, this is her sister. This is the
Cassie.
other Violet.
Oh, your twin, right. Your time twin, right. Forgot. Piper's just like, and I'm just, you two have fun.
The whole reason we're on this boat.
Hi!
Oh, hello, Fuska. Hi.
We're getting raided. We're getting followed by C0.
Well met.
So Piper is literally going to just sprint to the infirmary and drop the amber stone with the Aarakocra.
Stream's going well. They're prepping to go sailing. They're gonna get on a boat run by storm giants.
And followed by a boat of storm clerics who are worship the god of the Tempest.
They just did a bunch of cosmic shit.
Yeah.
By the way, because it's storm giants, their lodging is going to be in one dollhouse of a quartermaster Shagra. It's just a literal fucking house that they have inside of the ship. Normal sized house, but they're storm giants. You know, it's just how it's a dollhouse. It's a dollhouse for a storm giant. That'll be interesting. We'll get into what all that looks like in a moment.
Piper's gonna tell the gnome to make sure that he gets sent to Capulus Medicus and gives a note to the Aarakocra that's addressed to Zethrin, telling him the instructions.
Also, his note, Fuska, while the stream says it's only been going for 3 hours, technically it's been 6, but my computer blue screened halfway through. So that's fun.
So Violet is going to look over at her sister. Everything's fine. Nothing happened. It was okay. It went as well as expected.
Yes, nothing happened. Sure, we'll address that.
She sits her hand and has the mouth. Nothing happened.
Right. Well, I expect with the oceans getting a little more chaotic, the tide seems to be rising as we speak, which means the storm giant's schedule of a dusk weighing of anchor
Just spit out.
just got expedited by a rather angry, titanic ancient beast of the oceans. So,
It's not the first one that we dealt with today.
I
no.
mean, that's why Piper decided to sprint, because she saw the rising water and was like, I gotta do this real quick! I wanna be the boat!
Hey, at least we didn't bring blue in it this time.
No, you blew enough. Let's go.
Does Piper make it back before they set sail?
Easily enough.
Okay, good. Because Piper's like, I don't want to miss the boat. I can only swim so
Which-
fast as a dolphin.
Entering onto the boat, notably, verticality is a bit of an issue. There are not necessarily accommodations like ladders and things for normal-sized folk. In particular, let me see here.
I mean, we got Venestra and Violet who can both fly, so I mean...
True. For those for which flight is more of a problem, however, Congress, the crew's starseer, or rather navigator, does manage to bring you down below deck toward where Quartermaster Shagra's dollhouse is, which, notably, is literally just what appears to be a coastal stilted hut with a thatched roof, a fairly large one, mind you, but it is supported by the largest rope you've ever fucking seen, and a series of them to hold it together and prevent it from falling apart, and further reinforce it from, based on this distance, bashing against the side of the ship during unkindly waves. But so far, shy of, a few cracked windows, it doesn't seem to have sustained much in the way of damage.
And Piper will set about mending the cracked windows, because no, we can't have broken glass here. That's a hazard.
Easy enough to do. Which, of course, venturing in, it's kind of an odd thing to see a thatched house of any kind with 2 stories. But it seems there were some creative liberties taken by the giant to add some dimensions to her dollhouse beyond the reasoning of believability. Furthermore, despite the thatched roof, it doesn't seem like this thing is really exposed to much in the way of elements other than dust produced from the skin of giants, to which is to say there is a level of what looks to be almost snow covering on that roof from like a light frost, and then you realize it's probably not snow.
Anybody got prestidigitation?
I think most of you do. But
I don't. I can't get that one, and it's stupid.
venturing inside, notably, you see actually a number of runes kind of around the border of the interior of the hut light up. While most of them are in Giant's language for enchantment, they do seem to kind of follow after Dunamancy and Skrit with a little bit of gravitational manipulation. The normal swing and offset angle of the house is suddenly not a problem, as you feel like you're standing on the level, despite while looking outside, the angle constantly fucking moving. For anyone prone to motion sickness, you find it may be a better idea not to look out the window too often. Just as well, looking into the sort of main foyer and the living room that it is immediately presented, much of the furniture is actually a little slightly oversized for normal folk, which is to say, actually reasonably just about right for an enlarged Violet, and definitely just about right for Venestra. That is, of course, the living room, which might as well make for decent sleeping quarters. And then, of course, there is a kitchen attached, though its functionality is seemingly entirely cosmetic, given that there's nothing really attached, nor able to, you don't know about the safety of using anything fire-related in a floating house that's bound to nothing and held on a single center of gravity by some loose enchantments.
Yeah.
Venturing upstairs, otherwise, there are, looks like 3 actually master-sized bedrooms with large double beds with 4 poster beds upon them that are actually particularly high dollar. Notably, that you've seen, comparable even to some of the lodging that you had gotten in actually probably some early versions of what Angel's house was. Back when it was, still Mochizuki Manor and a little bit lesser than that. Otherwise, most everything else that seems to be decorated in here seems to be, for the most part, tavern styled and therefore kind of mostly easy to acquire or barter for. But again, oversized to the point where it's definitely a little more suitable to someone like Venestra's size, which is to say, where you might be used to sleeping in a queen-sized bed. This is closer to like a California king for each and every one of them. Laying upon it also, the mattress is softer than you'd expect for something that you assume was carefully, very carefully pushed in here by the hands of a giant. Just to say also, some things are spaced around a little strangely, of course, not exactly the way that a normal person would put them, but within those careful hands and trying not to break something, you imagine that probably makes sense. Notably as well, as far as being too warm or too cold being an issue, you do notice in here there are some loosely rolling, or well, not really rolling around with the center of gravity, but loosely placed larger chunks of both rime and ember stone in each room, kind of keeping everything at a sort of temperate, even keel.
Magical AC.
Yeah, effectively. And it is kind of in realizing that, notably actually to the sort of eastern side of the house, the windows out of the house do kind of actually meet out to the porthole, which seems to be regularly dipping below and above the waves. You didn't even notice that you'd already cast off. With the gravity centered as it was, you can't feel the natural shifting and moving of a ship on the waves. You realize also that you can't feel the basic centrifugal force of forward or backward movement either. So it's a bit of a wild sensation seeing a world move around you where you feel none of that sensation. Still,
No.
it is the latter part of afternoon and curbing into dusk. You do smell, coming through the vents of this part of the lower decks, the smell of a giant cooking something. And it doesn't smell half bad. Though you imagine, particularly for giants to even taste anything, they must season it quite heavily indeed, as the scent of spices is almost noxious. But it's on that note, as to whether or not you would choose to imbibe on a later stage or earlier, that we will end the session here. In a giant's dollhouse. Awaiting what this journey through the archipelago of the Dolgolan Islands means, and what you may find along its way. With that, I'm going to ask, what do you guys think should be a good session title for when I eventually, trim down the VOD and post this to YouTube? And just as well, and I'm going to mark this down for next week, who still present feels, let's say, the luckiest among you?
What is that supposed to mean?
Whatever you think it means. So, who among you?
Not me.
Vinestra said, I guess I do.
Okay. Venestra, go ahead and roll me a d6.
I do. I have a nose.
Six.
Okay. Y'all will find out what a 6 means next week. Now, I apologize for those who have rated us within the last 10 minutes that we are so close to ending, but it is midnight here in the Mountain Standard Time. For those over in Central Standard over in Texas, it is now past 1 a.m. The only one who may be in a position where they're not so impeded by the passage of time at the moment would be Venestra over in Australia. It's quite late for a lot of us. So we're going to go ahead and find somebody to raid. Hopefully those that have stuck around for this end will happily join us for that. I don't have a raid message, so, if you feel inclined to message something to whomever we happen to target, feel free to go ahead and do that. Honestly, if I'd ended early, if we hadn't, had the stream crash and everything, I probably would have raided you, Fusca. You beat me to it. So how dare you? But either way, I'm kidding. Great to see you.
My sister is not live. I don't know. I don't know when the last time she was.
It's all good. Now, in all seriousness, let's go ahead and find somebody viable to raid. And I could understand your sister probably not being live just at this time of night. It's 1 a.m. or there. Which, to be fair, might not necessarily mean she's not live, but, it seems like she has a sleep schedule, which